Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm SD2 Production, and welcome to Let's Talk, the podcast that won't stop, your one-stop shop for video game and pop culture news. I'm here with Curry-san Curry, the one, the man, the myth, the legend. That's him creepily laughing in the background. I'm also here with Amori Star.
I am Amori. I'm a voice actor, cosplayer, gamer, singer, let's player, YouTuber, and professional pizza delivery man. I have your pizza with extra sausage.
Oh.
Delivered 30 minutes or less. Or else
30 minutes or less. Oh, it's free.
I guess time doesn't have a factor.
Oh my.
I'm just hungry now.
True. All these innuendos are making me hungry, guys.
That ever happened to you? You're kind of in the middle of having, like, not having sex, but are just like in the mix of just like about to have sex, but for whatever reason you're both really hungry, and you can both agree on it, so you just stop and you're like, just go get Taco Bell and then come back to this.
Can we call that the foreplay
it is,
munchies?
isn't it? Like I remember that happening a lot. It's like we would stop and we'd just be like, I'm hungry. This is sad, tired, like I want to, but I'm stuck in here. Let's go get Taco Bell.
That's amazing.
That being said, welcome to the podcast. We have been gone for 3 weeks. We've all been busy with stuff. We've all been dealing with our own personal issues. Curry is an alcoholic.
A pedophile
Mori
alcoholic.
is a jerkified.
I hate everyone.
Yeah, I got lots of hoes.
And I'm an art major. That's I know.
No, that's the worst of all.
Where will my future go now? Ladies and gentlemen, we're here to talk about movies, video games, and all other crap. So before we start, we're going to talk about our weeks. I think more than anything, I'll just go really fast so that we can talk about the movies we've seen this week. So played a shit ton of games. Finally beat Doom. Got all the secrets, all of the stuff. All I need to do is just master all the weaponry, and that's pretty much it. I haven't touched the DLC yet, but I hope to soon. QuakeCon just happened, so a lot of information came from there. Everything looks great. Doom is still super fun. I'm going to move on to Wolfenstein next, because I remember stopping Wolfenstein to play Doom, so now I'm going to go back and finish it. Besides that, I beat Bioshock Infinite. I finally beat it. I'm playing through the Buried at the Sea DLC, and I gotta be honest, it was an emotional ride. It beat the shit out of me, just like the original Bioshock did. It was just an unfortunate collection of just like sad waves of, oh my god, everything. And I will admit, I'm super excited to go back and play it again later on. But interesting enough, right after beating it, the next day I went out and I went to my local Target and found 2 pop figures of Booker DeWitt and Elizabeth from the game. There was even Songbird and the Big Daddy, but I didn't get those. I might go back to get Songbird just because I want to finish the collection. But yeah, crazy coincidence. And on the same day, I actually went to GameStop to pick up a game of some sorts. I was looking around and I was just like, hey, they have a sale for 4 games for $40. And I looked at it and I was just like, holy shit, I'm about to beat the system. I got 2 HD collections, which is 3 games in one, along with Metal Gear Solid Rising, Revengeance with Game of the Year edition with all the DLC. And I also picked up Lollipop Chainsaw. Right now I'm playing through Lollipop Chainsaw, and I think this will connect everything else. Lollipop Chainsaw is done by Suda51 Studio Grasshoppers, who did the No More Heroes series, and he did the Killer is Dead series. And it's done by him and James Gunn, who is the director of Guardians of the Galaxy. he made this game, and you can tell immediately there was a lot of love, a lot of love, and there's a lot of big people in it. Michael Rooker is in it, who was also in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. The lead singer of Mindless, I forget his name, Jimmy Oldrick or whatever, and Akira Yakamoto, God damn it, the old producer of Silent Hill was there, and they made this game, and this game is super fun. It's a great character action game. It's fun. It's a hack and slash bonanza. It's filled with awesome pop culture references. Tara Strong's in it. She is fantastic. It's a great game. It's really cool and action packed, and you can actually see a lot of elements that pretty much prove that James Gunn is a great and brilliant writer and director. And it got me so hyped that I ended up watching Guardians of the Galaxy again. And it was a really, I went back, great fucking movie. I can't wait to see the sequel. And with all this excitement, I decided to go watch Suicide Squad. So let's talk about Suicide Squad. Yamori, how about you go? I've been talking this entire time.
So I saw Suicide Squad, and I mean, it was okay. It's kind of undercooked a little bit. A lot of the characters didn't get a lot of character development. Deadshot was the best part. He got the most character development, which is probably why I liked him the most. But the thing that made me mad about the movie was like all these shitty pop songs that they kept like putting into all the parts, and none of my friends agree with me on this. Like, they're all like, oh, you mean you don't like Queen? Oh, you don't
Rick
like,
Ross?
Eminem?
Kanye West?
I'm like, yeah, I like Queen. Yeah. I'm like, I like Queen. I like Eminem. I like all those songs, whatever. But it really took me out of the movie. Like, when they were introducing the characters, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is cool. This part's cool. And then they'd, like, play the song really loud. And I'm like, oh, my God, just stop. Stop. You're taking me out of the movie. And I get they were trying to do like a stylized thing, like they were trying to like make it their own sort of thing, I guess, but it just seemed really cheesy and not very good. I get that it was PG-13 and all, but I just feel like the movie could have carried itself without relying on that.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think the music, like, by the album, it's great. But seriously, in the movie, it's just it's way overdone. There are just too many tracks. You can obviously see the huge chunk of the fucking movie went to music rights alone.
Yeah. And my friend's like, they didn't have time to make their own soundtrack.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, they did. They had time to make their own soundtrack. They just wanted to put that in there to make it
movie that
stylized.
was made in under like 20 minutes, like, can make its own soundtrack. I'm fucking sure that they could.
Yeah.
If you gave me a week, and me and Curry and some artists, we could make an animated movie in a fucking week. I'm sure. But yeah, I feel like it relied too much on music, obviously. The editing, holy shit. So I feel bad for this movie.
Yeah.
I feel bad for this movie because I know that this happened again. This is something that's already happened 1,000 times before. We've seen it before. The Fantastic Four movie that came out a while back. The creators, the ambitious director, and the writers who thought that they could bring something new to the table were brought in, bushy-tailed, bright-eyed, ready to change things up, ready to make a good superhero movie. But the studio doesn't want their vision, even though they say that they want their vision. They want them to shoot a bunch of shit, and for them to go, yeah, no, change that. That doesn't sell toys. That doesn't sell our image. And so this movie suffers from that immensely. There are a lot of moments that obviously seemed like they were going to be big, huge things. And if you look at interviews with Jared Leto, and who, by the way, spends about, 2 minutes in this fucking movie? He speaks maybe 4 lines.
No, he's
not a fucking character.
Like,
he has no input in the story. He's about as...
I thought he did a great job, though, and I thought, actually, it was probably my favorite incarnation of the Joker.
I think that his performance was fantastic in that purple Lamborghini music video. I think that's where he shined. In the movie, I feel like I think Jared Leto could be a fantastic Joker. Don't get me wrong. I just haven't seen enough of him to go like, yeah, that's the same Joker that's been like tormenting Batman for years.
Suicide Squad isn't necessarily about
No,
the Joker,
it's not.
though.
But he is third billing, so what the fuck? It goes Margot Robbie, Will Smith, Jared Leto. What the fuck? Jared Leto's doing interviews like he's a huge part of this thing. And if you look at like what's been deleted, they change things so that certain things look better. For instance, the relationship between Joker and Harley are very much pushed in a positive sense. You look at them and you go like,
yeah, it's really like super pushed, and people were complaining that there wasn't enough time between the two. I think there's plenty of time between the two. All right, because that's an abusive relationship in the comics.
I think Joker only interacts with Harley Quinn, and whenever he doesn't, she's somewhat a part of the whole scheme. But yeah, like the things that they deleted were the helicopter scene where it's about to crash and he pushes her out of the way to a building. In reality, he punches her and tries to escape himself, but then she slides off. That's that's what the original scene was supposed to be. And then when it crashes, he's supposed to come back and confront the squad itself and throws a grenade and says, "Bye," and then runs off. Like, he's supposed to be antagonizing the Suicide Squad at the same time as the Enchantress and all this shit. But that doesn't come out because they don't want people to feel bad. They don't want people to feel bad. No!
About the
He's
Joker?
a good guy. They like each other. I want them to fuck. I want them to fuck super hard, and I want it to mean something. So please, for the love of God, movie producers, make Harley Quinn and Joker fuck. Like, no, all right? Listen to everyone around you. That is a toxic relationship, and it's supposed to be represented as one. Joker is a fucking insane, chaotic, not even an individual. He's supposed to be he is just a unbelievable creature of chaos that is supposed to antagonize one superhero into like an unbelievable sense. Like, remember Batman vs Superman when Batman sees Robin's suit and it says, "What a joke, ha ha ha." Like, I'm supposed to believe that this Joker did that? That he broke into the Bat cave and was just like, "I'm gonna fuck with Batman. And then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna hang out in a club and I'm gonna fuck sluts. And I'm gonna fuck this stupid bitch that I found at a stupid asylum. And I'm gonna be all up in this purple Lamborghini."
I don't know. I thought this was actually a way more realistic Joker. Like, if I thought, like, what would the Joker be like realistically in this day and age, I wouldn't think of the Keith Ledger, super chaotic, Arkham, whatever, that guy. I would think more of a gangster that just doesn't give a fuck and is just gonna do whatever he wants and cares about making money and just is having a good time. Like, that's kind of what I imagine.
But here's the thing, is that if you're gonna do that, if you're going to try and make sort of a realistic Joker, then this isn't the way to go either, because he is, like I said, there's not enough of him. Like, I don't care if everybody says that he did a fantastic performance. For what he did, I don't really consider that a performance. I consider that a whisper. I think that he did what he could, but what he couldn't do. And I think that he can. Like, I literally have hope for this Joker, yes. But I don't think that at all anybody should praise Jared Leto or anybody who wrote for this character at all. Like, that's what most people are coming back from this going, like, "Oh, the Joker was the best part." Like, no, he wasn't a part. Like, he was an idea. He was used literally at 0 points. And I always, and the thing that pisses me off the most is how much they push the Joker. I think if they just didn't do that, if they were just pushing, like they didn't talk about how they were, like, how the Flash was going to be in the movie, but he was in it. And it was, That was it was
that
a
was
really
weird.
scene. It was very short. It didn't really mean anything.
They're just like, look, we can connect characters just like Marvel.
It doesn't play any huge parts except for.
Oh, and who's the guy that they immediately
Slipknot.
killed off? And they didn't even give him an intro.
Yeah.
Slipknot, yeah. Didn't even give him an intro.
Oh.
He's just like... I was like, why didn't they introduce that guy? And then he died like 2 minutes later. I'm like, wow.
I didn't know the human body was
okay.
made of no blood. That was crazy. Like.
Yeah, right?
It has to.
You worked hard for your PG-13 rating, didn't you, editors?
But yeah, like I said, Jared Leto seems like I honestly, again, I think he did a fantastic job. I think you're right, he's a great Joker. He's not the best one out of all of them, out of all incarnations, but I think he did a great job. I think he was fantastic in that music video. I highly recommend that music video, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. That's Rick Ross featuring Skrillex. It's called Purple Lamborghini. The Joker is all over that. If you want to see Jared Leto do Jared Leto better than Jared Leto, then go check out Jared Leto as Joker in the Rick Ross featuring Skrillex music video for the DC Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Besides that, I thought just that the jokes fell pretty flat. Okay, so I don't know if you saw the previews before Suicide Squad, but there's this joke in the Wonder Woman movie trailer, and they said the exact same joke in the Wonder Woman movie trailer and in Suicide Squad.
Well,
it's literally a joke where a woman says something witty, and then a side character goes, "Oh, I like her." And I'm like, really? Your writers couldn't come up with 2 separate jokes?
Yeah, in the Wonder Woman movie.
He's the same
I'm his
joke.
assistant.
Yeah,
I
like
fetch his drinks and I make sure that everything's prepared. Sounds like a slave. Ooh, I like her. I like her.
Oh, I like her. Yeah, and then in the Suicide Squad, I forgot what Harley said, but Killer Croc's like, "Oh, I like her, blah, 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 I'm a crocodile." So I was like, oh my god, seriously?
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Okay, so let's go off by story. Let's just go off on a tangent here because we're just going to have to tear this one a new asshole right away. So, how fucking hard was Amanda Waller really pushing for this crazy amazing team of badasses to combat the next Superman? Like, was that really something she wanted to do? Like, was this team of...
Yeah, that lady was weird. Like, she's just like, yeah, because Superman died, so now we need something as strong as Superman.
If an evil Superman
like,
shows up, yeah, fucking Harley Quinn is gonna make a difference. Like, with her baseball bat against the super fucking Dragon Ball Z-esque god that showed up a couple months ago. Like, yeah, that's really gonna make a fucking difference.
Yeah.
Oh, Deadshot?
And then,
he's
like,
gonna really shoot the fucking Man of Steel again.
Yeah. And, like, then their excuses for everything, like, we're bad guys. Like, they just start stealing shit. And she's just like, it's what we do, we're bad guys. I'm like, really? That's all your characters? Just two-dimensional, we steal shit just 'cause? Like, there's nothing else to your personality? Apparently not. Because the only reason Harley Quinn exists is because she wanted to fuck the Joker.
Again,
that is the worst. I mean, to be fair, that's how she was kind of created in the animated
series. She's a Stockholm syndrome victim.
Syndrome sort of character, but still, I thought you could have done a little bit more with her.
The problem is that
know.
In the comics, when Suicide Squad happened and Harley Quinn is a part of it, she is already away from the Joker. The Joker has long been dead. She's like, that's exactly. Like, they pushed the Joker in this movie because she got out of that relationship in Suicide Squad. But in this movie, they're doing it all backwards, where it's like, oh yeah, sometimes Harley goes off on vacations with her Suicide Squad. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
and then
it doesn't make any
it's
sense.
Just like, I think this movie should have been renamed Harley Quinn and Deadshot's Great Adventures, because they were the main focus.
Exactly. Will Smith and Harley Quinn hanging out.
Super focus of this movie. As much as you want to talk about how Rick Flag and the Enchantress were a big deal, no, not at all. Oh, by the way, I love how they dubbed the shit out of that actress. How she got the bottom of the barrel. she is a good actress, and she was raving about how she was planning to do the Enchantress. It's like, oh, I got notes from the director telling me, oh, that I should be in a forest. If I find myself in a forest, I should be naked. Ooh, that's how I got into character. It's like, you fucking danced a bit, and a woman in fucking sunny California or somewhere else dubbed your voice. Like, I'm sorry, you got the bottom end of it all. Like, you really didn't get much of anything.
That sucks. I feel bad for her.
Everybody in this movie feels like, you're right. Like, there's no character development for most of these characters. Like, Slipknot, Instinct.
Diablo got a little bit, and Deadshot
Deadshot got most of it. Harley Quinn got strange flashbacks.
She got strange flashbacks that didn't cause
like
any development. Like, you think that she was gonna get over the Joker because he died or whatever, and then in the end, oh nope, he's fine, everything's okay.
My favorite scene with the Joker is, it's when they flash back to when he looks like Jared Leto, and he's got a suit.
What? Oh, when he's in Arkham Asylum?
No, when Harley Quinn's having that, when the Enchantress is putting the.
Oh, when she has like 15 babies.
Yeah, the Enchantress gives her like a look at what they really want, blah blah blah.
Yeah, and she had like 2 or 3 babies. They were busy, man.
Jared Leto, hey guys, like, that's my favorite scene.
And she's like, he married me. Her jokes fell really flat.
Pussy.
Like, some of them were just cringe-worthy bad. Like, she's like, do you guys see all that scary magic purple stuff? And they're like, yeah, why? And she's like, I'm off my meds. And I'm like, oh.
The voices. That's not what they said. How many fucking times did she say pussy in this fucking movie? Like, they couldn't think of any more insults. They wrote pussy once, and then they wrote it again, and then they thought, hey, maybe this is gonna be your catchphrase. Pussy.
Yeah.
It's like, alright then.
A bunch of pussies. Yeah. I'm like, oh my god.
And then like,
wow. We should probably stop before this becomes the whole podcast.
Yeah. I will say this. I think that this movie, like, people say that this movie is good, that it's good for its time, and I think that's probably wrong. I think if you wait, just like Batman vs Superman, this is a train wreck that was edited to shit. I think that David Aaron, whoever the fuck his name is, he probably had a vision. He had a very specific vision that he was trying to produce, and the big producers at Warner Brothers was like, no, this isn't gonna work. You can't do what you want. And they sent his movie to a trailer house, and they fucking beefed it up with all kinds of pop music and crazy editing, and they put things in wrong orders, like, and rushed everything, and all character development went out the fucking window. And what?
SD, no offense, but I told you so.
That's true.
On a podcast like 2 or 3 numbers ago, however long we've been doing this, you're like, yeah, I'm excited for Suicide Squad. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna suck.
No, I was.
And you're like, no, I've got hope for it. I'm like, I don't know.
Now I have no hope. I don't care. Like, DC can do whatever they want now. Because now I just expect trash. If they can make one good movie, that's one decent film. Like, honestly, like, people keep saying like, oh, what about the Wonder Woman? I was like, yeah, it's gonna be shit. You mean Captain America, DC
awful.
Woman, or what? Aquaman movie? You mean Under the Sea, the movie? No, thank you. I'm good. What about the Justice League movies? Like, I
didn't even know they're making. I'm even sick of the Marvel movies, to be honest. They're like, so excited for this Iron Man movie and this Avengers movie, and I'm just like, oh, there's so many. I don't care anymore. I want to see something different.
That's why I'm excited for Doctor Strange.
I'm not even excited for that. Like, all these like superhero movies and Marvel movies and DC movies, their bubble's gonna pop soon, and it's gonna be.
I think
mediocre.
Here's the thing: is that I understand what you're coming from. Like, I think a couple of years ago I was in the same. I thought the same thing, but superheroes are still hot. Like, as much as, like, especially now, like, Marvel was running out of steam. I really mean that. Like Thor 2, Iron Man 3, those were pieces of shit. Luckily enough, Captain America Winter Soldier did decently, and Avengers 2 was okay. It wasn't as great as the first one, and everything else was just falling flat again. But Guardians of the Galaxy brought us back, and then everything else was kind of going in its own way. Now we have Civil War. We have and that kind of pushed everything. Like Spider-Man, you know, as sick as we are about him, like always coming back in these different incarnations, I think that refueled that series again, because now all I care about is watching the new Spider-Man, Doctor Strange.
Okay, I'm
Captain
excited
Marvel.
about Spider-Man. I really like Spider-Man.
You ready to see the Vulture? It
Sony
won't be
better not
Sony.
fuck
It's
this
Marvel.
up.
It's Marvel that's doing it. Sony is just
Oh,
yeah,
Sony
yeah.
like sold
They
the
sold
rights,
the rights.
or what did they do?
They're now
Oh, wow.
partners. They don't have any creative control. Thank fucking God. And they're just sitting back
God.
and watching the money roll in, which is perfectly fine. Hey Fox, here's an idea. Do the same fucking thing. I don't care about X-Men anymore.
Oh God, do not care about X-Men.
But yeah, I honestly believe that, like, maybe after the third phase, things will slow down again and we'll get tired of superheroes, but they're still hot. DC's still trying to do what Marvel's doing. Marvel's still just doing the same thing. And all we can hope for is that DC gets better, or all superhero movies cease to exist. Exactly.
Well, that will never happen, but the boom will slow down eventually.
I guess, Curry, do you want to talk about your week? We did 20 minutes of Suicide Squad.
Okay.
Title it Suicide Squad plus podcast or whatever.
So, my week has been sweating my balls off at a warehouse and
What have you been
recording.
What have you been
And
recording?
yeah, that's it. Oh, and I got a new phone. I've been recording
I wonder what
for
it
a
is.
project called Folk Songs Album
I
number
want-
3.
The title alone doesn't tell me much. It might,
I don't know.
We'll never know until it comes out.
He's been
Right.
Yeah,
hanging
definitely.
out with drummers and guitarists.
I think you're wrong.
Probably.
I think
You
it's
seem like
I think it's a metal album.
I think it's electronica.
Curry plus Daft Punk. Confirmed. When do you think this album will drop, sir?
I'm wanting it to drop around the end of
That's
November
pretty soon.
since the
Oh,
first
nice.
two did the same thing.
Where can people find this album?
Well, they can find it via my
Cool.
SoundCloud,
Where-
and I'll
what
post
is the
links
name
to
of-
it.
What's
because
your
it'll be
SoundCloud
free.
name?
Yep. My SoundCloud name is Karan
Okay.
Sun.
Can they find the first two folk albums there? Oh, do you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Go check it out.
They can,
It's actually pretty good.
and they.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do a
and
few
Thor's
times
in it,
drop
too.
Like I've listened to the folks both of your albums. I've enjoyed them very much. I'm excited to see what you do with the third one though. Because
Me too.
this is the first I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Actually, no, this isn't the first, but I was reminded of it. So that's what's your new phone, by the way?
Oh well,
Fucking noob.
I had an iPhone 4 for 6 years.
Level 5.
I know, right? And
What?
I recently switched over to the Galaxy
Ooh,
S7.
that's a good
Amazon.
one.
It's good.
The reason why I did that is because I feel like the iPhone isn't really the phone for independent
Totally right.
music artists.
I'm not
you
an
know?
independent music
Because-
artist, and I have an iPhone.
Yeah. So
I barely use it.
and the thing is, with the S7, I can easily transfer any music I want, any song I want, like with a drag and drop, and that's it. I don't have to sync it through iTunes and all that mess. But don't get me wrong, I still really like the iPhone, and I feel like Apple does many things better than
just like with your
Android
comfort
does
level
right now.
is
But
with viruses and manipulation of your phone. Because I always say this: the Android phones are for the people who want to mess with their phones. They have a lot to do and just need a lot of programming, because it's all free. It's all in a much more. It's not a safer environment. iTunes is all about safety. Everything has to be clean and cut, and it's just like. It's difficult to input things that you want or need.
Right, and going back to the Folk Songs album, I had to do a lot of crazy shit just to get on the iPhone. And here I can just drag and drop like a folder, like an album, and it's there in like 30 seconds.
Anything else you've done this week, sir?
So,
any movies, any video games?
Yeah, you know.
Elder Scrolls
I've
Online.
been playing a little bit of.
That sounds a lot
Scrolls
like Elder
Online.
Scrolls.
Uh-huh.
But online.
But
Amazing.
Two and two together. What's your class, and what is your impression of the game? I'll give mine in a bit. So.
Alright, my impression of the game is it's very unique, and it looks pretty good. It plays very well. It plays a little differently than Skyrim, and I really like it so far. There's a great sense of adventure, and it didn't lose that exploration like Skyrim had. I haven't done any I've been doing it alone so far, so I don't know how it goes with playing it with other
dodging
players
my
and
calls.
stuff. I haven't tried it.
Been trying to play with him for like a week now. Yeah, I've played up to the first. I'm in the second area you go to. I don't know exactly how that works with people. But yeah, I feel like the combat is extremely different, but in the best way possible. It's much more. It's all visual cues. You attack, and then when your enemy is about to do a heavy attack, you hold guard, and then you push them off of their animation, and they go into a dizzy mode, and from there you can do a hard attack, or you can do a magical attack, an aerial effect attack, and that works. And then as you level up, you get to choose what's in your quick bar and all this stuff, and as you continue, your equipment starts to kind of level with you, but at the same time you still have to remember that your weaponry has dexterity. It can break, it can lose its full attack, so it's a game that requires a lot of attention, but is still very fun. And you're right, the exploration is all there. There are moments there are like huge leaps in worlds, very similar to how the Elder Scrolls game is, where you have one game that's very colorful and filled with magical creatures you just wouldn't expect, and then the next game is like a really harsh, realistic area that's like, it's a difference between Morrowind and Skyrim, where it's like one is a harsh winter filled with not as many mystical creatures, and it's kind of breaded in realism, and then you have the other one that's like, I'm a pixie, and then all this shit. Like it's a very different situation. I am what the fuck am I? Like a Shadow Blade? I'm a rogue, basically, is what I'm going for. Yeah. So far, I've had a lot of fun with it.
Dragon Knight.
The multiplayer aspect of it, with everybody running around doing stuff at the same time, is not much of a bother, except for certain moments. But altogether, nobody's really in your way. You don't have any issues. I've gotten to the point in the game where I need to start grinding, so I started doing that. because your levels really matter,
Oh,
especially
yeah.
with certain missions and stuff. So
Right.
that's what I've just been doing.
And
Exactly,
if you
like,
get
you
further
can
away
get your
from
ass
where you're
killed
supposed
in a
to be,
second.
yeah, it's.
I
Mhm.
accidentally ran by an entire
Oh
bandit,
yeah.
like village, and was chased by like by 7 bad enemy NPCs, and I was just running for my life. And, like, my stamina bar was off. I was just like,
Oh.
oh shit. I'm a Nord.
What
Yeah,
race is your character? Is it you're
Yeah,
Nord.
I started
Oh,
in
so
Morrowind.
you actually start in Morrowind,
which
didn't
is
you?
where did you start? Morrowind?
I
You fucked
started
your
in
island.
a little
I'm
island
gonna go fuck up your island.
southwest of Elsewhere or something.
Some.
So it's pretty tame. It's pretty tame compared to starting off as a Nord. I actually created a Nord before I did a Khajiit.
Yeah,
And,
I've realized
the
that
Nord
too.
thing
Like, for
is,
whatever
a little
reason,
more extreme.
everybody keeps telling me online, like, oh yeah, fucking, you start off and you have to face like an entire bandit section in the first couple of levels. I'm like, fuck that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You're the
so
cat
I'm
man,
like,
you're
I'm
Garfield.
gonna make a Khajiit. I'm gonna take it easy. Catman. Oh yeah, yeah.
The best Garfield.
I'm Black Garfield.
He likes lasagna and vagina. What's the call bread? And the
with some
With
cornbread.
some
And that purple
watermelon and
drink.
Kool-Aid.
With some
That purple drink.
watermelon. Hey,
douse
we
it in
can't
hot
forget
fried
that
chicken.
fried chicken though. You know, we gotta have that.
Have some right here.
Yeah,
We're gonna do
Louisiana
it.
hot sauce. You know what I'm saying?
I legitimately
Shit, get me lit up all night.
ready to talk about the Luke Cage and the
All right.
Marvel TV show. Oh shit! Walking down to Harlem. Fuck you. I win. All right. But Elder Scrolls.
Oh gosh.
Maury, any magical
Uh-huh.
situations you've stumbled in the past couple of weeks?
Oh my god. No, pretty typical stuff. Getting ready for school, signing up, getting ready to graduate. Saw Suicide Squad. I saw Sausage Party yesterday. That movie's weird. Go see it. Go see
I would
it as
imagine
long as
so.
you're cool with really graphic images and a lot of swearing. Like a lot.
Oh, okay.
I really want to
Like
see it.
a lot. I recommend it, honestly. I recommend it.
I've
Honestly, because I recommend it because I can't believe they got away with some of the shit they got away with, and I'm like
did you
impressed.
watch the interview?
I didn't get to
Oh,
watch the
that's a good
interview.
movie. I
I want to see it, but they didn't
yeah.
have it on Hulu.
It was on Netflix
Oh, yeah.
for free for like
Yeah.
forever. I think it still is. I'm not sure.
I don't have Netflix.
I
or
don't
else
understand
would.
why it's not on Hulu.
I ain't got money for both.
Me neither. I
Curry
agree.
knows
My
what's
friend's
up.
trying to get me to get Crunchyroll, and I'm just like,
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
that, why? Well, I don't even watch anime that
Yeah,
much. Like
nah.
I watch, like I down an entire series.
Crunchyroll's free as long as you don't mind waiting an extra week for the
No,
episode.
I'm good.
It's not that big a deal.
I'm just
Yeah, same. I can wait an
I'll have
extra
to
week
watch
for
that.
JoJo
Exactly,
to
like,
update.
you know
It's
what
not
I'm
that
saying?
big a deal.
yeah,
JoJo's good, by the
fucking
way.
Great.
Part 4.
Harvest.
Getting good.
Fucking my favorite weird section just came out this week as we're talking. Is the Cinderella arc. I really like that one. Kira
Nice.
showing up fairly soon. Super excited. Oh god. I finished part 5 already. That part is fucking crazy. There's
Nice.
some weird shit. The way that series ends specifically is the strangest fucking thing. I won't. I'm just gonna say that it's there's some stupid shit that happens at the end that I was just like, what the fuck? Like, why? why did they add this? What was the point? But I think when you get to Imori, I think you'll understand why I'm so surprised by this bizarre adventure.
I think I will. It's bizarre.
But yeah, hopefully it'll start Stone Ocean fairly soon. I've been watching some Let's Plays of Eye of Heaven, and I keep looking at that, and I want it so bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
it looks so
looks
good.
so good. I just really want to play every JoJo character. I like that they have like every character possible for you to be able to play.
Yeah, they have like
Fucking,
every character. I was
what's
like
her
so
name?
surprised.
Yukara, what are I can't remember. Yukiko. I was gonna say
Yeah.
that. I don't know.
Yukiko?
The girl with the crazy hair. With JoJo, part 4, Stan hair. Her hair.
All of them.
Oh yeah, the girl
Yeah.
who has the hair as a stand.
She's
I
in it,
forgot her
and
name too.
You can jump around
yeah,
like
she's in
crazy
it.
with her. There's
I was surprised they had from part 2? Was it not Joseph's mom, but the guy who came after Joseph? But his mom, who was like the Hammond
Rose.
user.
Rose.
Yeah.
You mean Joseph's mom? No. Yeah.
Yeah, Joseph's mom.
Caesar. Oh, when he spies on her.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, she was.
She was so hot. I
She's
was like,
DLC
dang.
in All-Star Battle, which I need to get. I think she's hot too.
Nice.
Battle of the Moms in JoJo, I realized they're all really
Battle of
hot
the
all of a sudden,
Moms.
for whatever reason.
Oh my
Josuke's
god,
mom.
Josuke's mom. I love how all the bad guys are like,
And
I'm
your
gonna
hot
get you,
mom,
Josuke,
too.
and your hot mom too.
God, somebody was pointing out how like, oh my god, how like Joseph got with her.
At the age of like 60
Yeah, like he
something, yeah.
He was pretty old and still got with this very young woman. He is.
Well, supposedly, like, it makes you younger or something, like the Hamon use and the stand use or something like that.
That makes
will
sense,
keep you younger
because-
for longer. That
Because
was like an
JoJo is
excuse
a
I heard.
Fucking 16-year-old all the fucking time. Even in Stone Ocean,
Yeah, I
he's
know,
just
he's
the
like-
same.
He hasn't even like in this part, like he hasn't
No,
even had
yeah, he
Jolene yet, right? And Jotaro still like looks freaking the same as he did like in part 3, and I'm just
he just
okay.
looks like it's just
You
like
freaking
this-
Highlanders.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was like in part 5, a character from part 3 comes back and he looks torn to shit. So it's just like, what the fuck? Yeah, JoJo's great. JoJo's fantastic. Let's get into news. Comic-Con. Stuff happens. I guess we should talk about it. Do you care about Justice League? Tell me. Curry, what did you think of the Justice League?
Curry, what are you eating?
You're fuck. You weirdo.
No, I'm sorry. I'm eating
I
pepper
Share.
stuff.
I drank all of this Rudolph ice.
You did it.
That
It was a
Justice League,
serious
was that a
movie with
parody?
Ben
What the
Affleck.
hell was that?
Please, Batman.
Wait, I need to talk about something else. I need to talk about Suicide
ahead,
Squad
buddy.
one more time. My friend and I were watching Suicide Squad, and I never saw Batman v Superman. So it was my first time seeing Ben Affleck as Superman, or as Batman. I'm sorry, and he's in there about to punch Deathshot, and he talks with the same gravelly voice, and my friend and I just like lose it. We're just like on the floor in this theater, just like, why did they keep that voice out of all the things? Out of all the things. It wasn't good in the Arkham series. It's not good here. I'm Ben Affleck. I'm gonna fly away with my giant ears.
You better stop what you're doing, or me and my friends are going to. That's your problem. You rely on friendship, while I rely on some bullshit. Oh yeah, Justice League. That was I don't know. I don't care.
Do we get to hear Ben Affleck talking like he's trying to sound
the
cool?
entire fucking trailer is basically Ben Affleck being sarcastic and like, again, like, I don't want to make these comparisons, but it's just too fucking obvious. Ben Affleck is just fucking trying to be Iron Man. Like, this whole fucking universe is just trying to be this one thing that it's just not working. It just doesn't.
They're trying really hard to be like Marvel because they know that they're making a lot of money right now.
You have you have Ben Affleck being Iron Man. You have Wonder Woman being Captain America, and you have all these other characters flying in being these specific characters from the series. You fucking the Flash is now the new Spider-Man because he does a quick line. He's just like, actually, that sounds like a slight. He's a teenager. Well, I should have friends like that. It just doesn't work too well. And it just it all feels
Spider-Man,
very forced. And I'm excited. I like the White Stripes. I really like that song.
Yeah.
I thought it was a parody.
Okay. Wonder Woman. What did you guys think of the Wonder Woman trailer? I think I'm excited to see Wonder Woman face a bunch of human beings because this is the biggest downplay by far, because we just saw her fight a fucking giant ogre in Batman vs Superman, and now everybody is supposed to be excited to see her fight human beings. Great.
Yeah.
Exciting. I can't wait.
Oh, that's...
They've changed Wonder Woman's backstory so many times.
I'm
so frustrated with it. The actress looks really hot. I'll admit that, but...
Chris Pine he's hot too. He's cool.
Yeah, he is.
He's gonna die, by the way. It's very obvious because she's immortal, or she lives forever, right? So it's obvious that he's probably dead. Again, it's Captain America. We already know what's gonna happen. She's gonna fight, and she's gonna be somewhere for like the rest of fucking time, and then she's gonna show up, and the movie's probably gonna end with her being seated by Bruce Wayne years later in a giant like by a table, and then the fucking camera's gonna pan up, and it's gonna be the Justice League fucking logo. Like, I literally...
Tale as old as time. Wonder Woman.
Damn. I like the music.
Just like Captain America. Wonder Woman has never gotten a good series, and that makes me feel really sad.
Kurt, what did you think? You do? You like the actress, or do you like the character?
I like
Wonder Woman's cool.
Oh. That was the joke. You slay me, sir.
You got us.
Lydia from Elder Scrolls, just taking hits.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's what she is. Just a fucking battery ram for everybody.
Yeah, that's what she really is.
Fucking... I know Mori voiced her opinions on the Marvels. Doctor Strange trailer. What do you think, Curry? Are you cool with the Tilda Swinton? Because I am. I'm excited. I really want to see this movie.
But I really am excited for Doctor Strange. Though. It's very different.
I feel like they're gonna try to make it kind of the same. Like, did you notice if you've seen the trailer, did you notice the joke that they threw in at the end of it? Like with the Wi-Fi password, I'm like, oh, that's not a funny joke. That's not a funny joke.
Oh, yeah. Marvel has a sense of humor that just, it does fall flat every once in a while. Like, I think the problem by far is that unless Iron Man is saying all the jokes, you're not going to win. Unless fucking Chris Pine or Paul Rudd or Robert Downey Jr. is on set saying the jokes, then you're probably going to fall flat. Thor telling a joke.
Yeah, maybe. It depends on how it's written.
I'm excited.
Well, they were creating all this like ambiance to make it like a serious movie, and then they like put a joke at the end. I'm like, come on, dudes, you can make it a
I'm not
serious
expecting
movie.
anything serious from Doctor Strange.
But they set it
I
up
think
to
they
look
did.
very
I
I
mean,
serious.
but that goes for like Civil
did,
War, but I guess
yeah.
you're right. That those moments where they do tell jokes are just very awful kiltered.
Yeah, but I do like Benedict
Batch.
Cumberbatch.
I'm excited to see
Cumberbrunch.
him. I'm excited for the villain. I'm excited for Tilda Swinton being bald. That's gonna be fun. I can't wait for magic to finally be introduced into the fucking Marvel universe. I was waiting for that shit to already happen with fucking the Mandarin in Iron Man 3, but no, we have to wait. So I'm fantastic.
If they can have Ant-Man in,
Exactly,
then they
I'm
can
excited.
put anyone in. At
My
this
only
point.
like introduction to the character was him yelling at Spider-Man and then his magic house blowing Spider-Man away in the animated series. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
We already talked about Guardians of the Galaxy DC version. Let's talk about Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. What did you think, Curry? Do you like the Harry Potters?
Yes. I'm okay with the Harry Potters. I'm not big of Harry Potters, but Harry Potters is okay.
Oh,
I played Harry Potter.
The Wizard
coming to get
Police,
you,
they're
Curry,
coming.
run.
Please.
You're the blackest one of all of us. Get out of here.
I'm running so fast, but I'm not
This
swimming.
is a really, really racist podcast. Just gone beyond the recommended doses.
We're the least politically correct
I'm
podcast.
excited yet weary. I think it looks interesting, but I'm not that big of a Harry Potter fan. So I guess like I'll go see it, but I have no expectations, which I think is probably best, right? Yeah.
That's probably for the
Maureen,
best.
how about
Yeah.
you?
I think so, yeah.
Second verse, same as the first. I don't care much for Harry Potter.
She's a
It's
real big
okay. I read the
Twilight
books. Ugh. Blech. Blech. Oh, I almost died when you
All
said
right,
that.
Batman, let's get groovy.
But I don't know. I watched one Harry Potter movie, the first one, and I didn't like what they did with it. And it wasn't because the actors were bad or anything was bad. I think it was because I liked what I imagined better. Because I was a dumb little kid who's like, I like Harry Potter better. I read the books. So I read the books and I didn't watch any of the movies, so I'm probably not even going to watch this one because I don't give a shit.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see this just because it's an original story, because the book that it's based off of has no story. It's just random, it's basically a dictionary about monsters, so.
Yeah, I was kind of confused because I heard that it was just like a dictionary, and like, how did they make a story from this?
Hey, look,
And
if
I'm like,
money's
oh,
involved,
okay.
Warner Brothers is willing to do anything. Look, if Jared Leto
Yeah.
wants to be a fucking maniac
Oh,
for
yeah.
2 minutes.
If he wants third billing, give him third
He
billing.
was in a music video, for God's sakes. He did his time.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not excited for the DC universe. I don't care anymore. What I am excited for is Lego Batman, though. That looks fun. I'm excited. Will Arnett is Batman.
Hey.
Michael Cera as the new Robin. That's funny. Yeah. It's
Really?
Oh God, I'm really excited for this. I don't know why. I like the Lego movie. I'm not expecting the same thing. I think this is probably going to be pretty much a downgrade, but it will be interesting to watch. What do you think, Curry? You down for Lego?
I like the Lego movie. We'll see what they
Again,
do
it's
with
like
this
I'm not expecting much.
It seems
but
interesting.
From the trailers, they're at least exciting me. Batman just acts like a fucking anime fan in this movie. Like, legitimately, that's what he is. He does everything at night and is making references to himself.
Lego Batman
Pretty
equal
much.
better Batman.
Pretty much. There's that fantastic, what is it? Jimmy Kimmel short where Batman is meeting is Superman for the first time, and it's Bruce Wayne meeting Clark Kent, and then Jimmy Kimmel shows up and he's like, "Oh, you're Batman and you're Superman." And he's like, "No." And then Will Arnett shows up. He's like, "I'm Lego Batman." He's like, "Nobody cares about Lego Batman." He's like, "I care." And I love it because during Comic-Con, Will Arnett shows up on Conan's stage, and he keeps yelling like, "I'm Thor," and he's like, and everybody's like, "You're not Thor." He's like, "You're right. I'm Batman." And everybody cheers, and then he's like, "I'm also, what's his name? BoJack Horseman." And then he walks off. I was like, "Yes, you are. You're fantastic. I love Will Arnett." New Star Trek television series. Oh my god, I'm excited because
I really want to see what's
Beyond.
the new one?
I want to see it too.
Yeah, Beyond. I really want to see that, but
No.
it's already almost out of theaters, and I know I have to see it like soon.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna try to see it this week. I wanted to see it yesterday, but then my friends are like, "Dude,
That's
Sausage
true.
Party, though." And
Oh
I'm like, yeah.
no! I have to, well, the Sausage Party will be around for a while, so I'll just go see Star Trek first, and then I'll go see.
I would see Star Trek first and then see Sausage Party because there's a lot of viewings.
Star Trek Discovery is going to be an anthology series. Basically, the first season will be about this one specific event, along with this one specific starship, and then the next couple of seasons will be about another specific event about an entirely different crew. So I think that's really interesting. I think that's the best way to go about this. I really don't want to be attached to a single kind of crew. I want to see what different crews, different dynamics showing up for every season. I'm really excited to see what they do with this, especially since this is kind of like taking elements from the film series. So I'm excited to see what they do.
Agreed.
Legion.
Love me some
Legion's
Star
coming out
Trek.
fairly on the first FX X-Men TV show based on the strongest fucking mutant in the world. This looks like a lot of fun. It looks interesting. I am excited to see what it can do. I hope that there are no connections to the cinematic universe. I really don't want them to connect anything with this series. I kind of just want it to be its own beast. Did you watch the trailer for it, Maury?
Mm-hmm.
It's
did
crazy.
not.
I highly recommend it. It's a weird trailer. It's really trippy. Did you guys see anything about Kong Skull Island? Like any kind of previews or anything that you've seen before? No.
Mm.
Well, basically,
No.
it's a star-studded cast. Tom Hiddleston's in it. He's got blonde hair. He's really hot. Samuel Jackson's in it.
Nice.
He's really black. And they made Kong 10 times bigger than he originally was. So he's about as big as Godzilla. I wonder why they did that. Shut up, Immori. It's happening, and it's gonna be glorious. Pick a side.
I'm gonna watch it because
He's gonna
Godzilla
kick
will be
that
in it,
fucking monkey's
but
ass. That's all I know. He's got fucking
Damn
atomic
straight.
breath. How do you take that down? How do you beat that? Like,
you can't. But then again, I would have bet that Superman would have won in Batman v Superman, but apparently
That's
not.
true.
So, so I don't know. I don't know what this world's capable of anymore. Trump isn't elected. is literally running against Clinton right now. I don't know what the world is anymore.
That's true. We're
No.
simultaneously in a 90s reference
Rip.
slash back in the fucking 80s because Clinton
It's
is running
so
for president
true.
and fucking Trump is the big news. Oh my god! And Lindsay Lohan's in the news too. There's a guy.
Hold me, Curry. I'm scared.
There's a new Superman movie on the way. Oh. Star Trek is coming back.
Oh no. It's okay, you guys. It's okay, you guys.
Curry's gonna have to slap us in.
God. Marvel's doing good, so we'll all die and that'll be fine.
We'll all die together.
Marvel's Netflix series are always great, so they're good. That's pretty much all I'm gonna say. They put out a bunch of stuff, but the most specific one is the Defenders teaser trailer, which had a fantastic, I don't know, it was more of a graphic that showed all the different titles from all the various Netflix series coming together to create the Defenders logo, and of course a voiceover by Stick, who's a character from Daredevil. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see all of the Marvel Netflix series. I'm excited to see Iron Fist and Luke Cage specifically. I think they're gonna be great series. So we're done with movies. We're done with Comic-Con. Don't ask us about anything else. I'm done. I'm really done.
Over.
We'll race past the anime news because there's nothing much going on. Oni Anime series that is coming out. If you guys don't know what Oni is, it's a fantastic indie Japanese horror game, which basically is about a evil purple ogre chasing a bunch of high school kids in an empty house. It's a great series and it's a great game, and it's being made into a short TV anime series, and a anime movie is being created right now and produced.
I wasn't into the idea, but then I heard it was going to be like funny, like it's going to be like a comedic style of it, and then I'm like, yeah. But I played out Oni, and it's good.
I want to cosplay the main character. I think that's my next cosplay after James,
Nice.
or after Jotaro.
Yes.
Other anime news, just casting reveals and for live action adaptation of things. The Tokyo Ghoul movie, live action movie, is happening, so that's a thing. I'm weary because I haven't finished that series, and all I can say is just like how.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll figure it. We'll get to that fucking road when we get to it. We're talking about video games, guys. Do you like video games?
Yeah.
All right.
We like
I like
games.
my
talk
video
about
games.
The first
Jeez.
woman in video games, Miss Pac-Man. No, I'm going to talk about Metroid. Happy birthday, Metroid. August 6th marked the 30th anniversary of the Metroid series. A classic series that we all know and love. They had Metroid on the NES. They had Metroid 2, Return of Samus on the GB. They had Super Metroid on the Super Famicom. Of course, they had Metroid 4 or Metroid Fusion, the GBA, and of course the Prime series on the GameCube, and the Wii, and of course Other M on the Wii. And more recently, they're doing the Metroid Foundation Force for the 3DS. Metroid, guys, big deal. But unfortunately, as we all are excitedly playing our old NES games, and patiently awaiting for people to make Metroid playable, especially the second one, they are unfortunately being shut down by the DMCA. The Metroid 2 remake was shut down a couple of days ago by copyright claim. It's unfortunate, but it happens. It's happened before. The Resident Evil 2 remake was taken down. There are plenty of remakes that unfortunately have never come out, and it sucks. But hopefully,
Sad day.
Hopefully these guys will, bounce back from it. Usually with this kind of stuff, if they showed us a bit of it, if they showed us some gameplay or some of the ideas, they can usually bounce back by saying like, hey, we'll do an original thing next. And that's usually a good thing. That means like, hey, we know what they're capable of. Maybe they can do something more interesting. And that's the only thing we can come from that. And hey, Metroid's 30th anniversary, right? So, maybe Nintendo will give two shits and hire these guys to actually do a remake of Metroid 2. With that being said, happy birthday, Metroid. We love you. We think
Sorry they ruined Samus.
she's got big old titties.
Sorry we ruined her another M and like every other
That's true.
series past the first one. Well, second one.
Fusion was good. Fusion was weird.
Oh
Though.
yeah.
Fusion was weird because it was like
Yeah.
scary, and it was on a GBA. I was
Yeah.
terrified as a kid when I played that game. It's scary. Let's move on
Scary.
to Rapture or Columbia. We're talking about the Bioshock Collection that was announced a couple of days ago. This has been rumored for fucking years since the PlayStation 4 was released, and I think now finally 2K Games and Irrational Games are finally going like, fuck it, let's just put it out. Better graphics, the whole spiel, Bioshock 1, Bioshock 2, and Bioshock Infinite, which I just played Infinite, so I'm not really going to get this, but hey, if you're a huge Bioshock fan or you've never played the games, this is your time to buy the whole collection there. It also comes with all the single-player DLC. It looks like a great collection, great graphics. Did you guys see the trailers for it? There's always a man.
Oh
city,
yeah.
And a lighthouse.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right,
Oh, yeah.
so I like to
Beauties.
think of myself as an explorer of some sort, usually vagina, but every once in a while I like to go to space.
He's not wrong.
No Man's Sky finally launched, and I think we're all okay with it. Yeah, I'm not that excited for No Man's Sky, honestly.
Oh.
It looked like an interesting game, but
Yeah.
all
You don't want
Yeah,
to see space
It
vagina?
looks
okay.
good though.
I've
I'm
seen
okay.
enough vaginas.
Super
That's not
holy
true.
space
I've
vagina.
seen enough. I know there's more vaginas on Earth, so I'm gonna stay here for a while. Maybe when it's not $60, I'll buy it and I'll check it out. But for the most part, it just looks like a fun
Yeah, that's true.
exploration that I
Mhm.
don't want to be a part of. But if
It looks
see,
fun.
that's
I
the
would
thing is,
maybe
it
rent it.
looks like an interesting game, but there's no real.
I would
there's
rent it,
nothing
yeah.
really that interesting of it. It's just exploration and like. Yeah,
And you
but
get to
not,
shoot
not
stuff.
much, like not a lot. You don't go to every
You
planet
shoot
and start
stuff,
shooting
yes.
things. It's just you go to a planet, there's nothing there. You go to another one, there's nothing there. You show up at one, and there's one animal. I'm gonna fuck with this ecosystem, and then I'm gonna leave. Let's talk about
times.
Berserk.
They're
Let's talk
screwed
about
forever.
the Berserk Musou game. This looks like fun. I'm excited. They just released 2 trailers for 2 characters. Guts, in his 3 different forms. His original form before he goes into Black Knight mode, and then of course Black Knight mode before he goes Berserk mode, which shows a really cool trailer. I'm excited for this. I hope they treat it very well, and the Berserk anime that's going on right now is not exactly the best.
Ugh.
Interesting enough, people have been pointing out how the video game looks 10 times better.
Better than the
And
anime.
it's
It's
just
so
like,
true.
holy shit. So I'm excited to see this game come out. I know that it's coming out of Japan around September, October. I don't know when it's gonna come over here to the States. If it doesn't, then I'll just get the English sub on Asia.com.
Hashtag Dynasty
Yeah.
Warriors Berserk.
And now let's talk about our Lord and Savior Sonic the Hedgehog. They showed off a trailer, which is a short little bit that showed both new Sonic, not Sonic with not Nathan Drake Sonic, but Sonic Avenger Sonic and original OG Sonic running together towards what can only be Oblivion, and that was basically their teaser for new crazy Generations game coming, and it's like, what? And now they showed us basically they're now doing Sonic Mania, which is a 16-bit Sonic retro game. It's a classic Sonic game done by the new team with new music. So if you're a fan of old Sonic, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, then they got you covered. But
I'm gonna be honest, this is what the fans of Sonic have been wanting for years, and they're finally doing it, probably as a last resort. But everyone's like, well, how come it can't be good like the old Sonic games? So they're making pretty much an old Sonic game that's with new levels, and I'm
I'm definitely gonna buy them and check it out. My problem is that, like, who's making it? Is it the Sonic team that's been doing 3D Sonic games for years, or is it a brand new team that actually knows how to make platformers? Like, that's the difficulty of it all. But I guess that's probably the fun of it, to see if this Sonic is gonna hit, if it's gonna tank. If it does hit, is Sega gonna be pushing old Sonic games from now on? That would be cool.
That would be cool. Be like a revival of the 16-bit.
Sonic Mania 2, Shadow's Revenge.
Yeah.
Or fucking Knuckles in Time. I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm interested in that. And that brings it all to a close, ladies and gentlemen. We've talked about Comic-Con. We've talked about Metroid. We've gossiped about Suicide Squad. Any recommendations from you guys?
And
yeah,
I think we're good. Well, recommendation for me is play some Elder Scrolls Online.
Recommendation: wait till Suicide Squad comes out on DVD and rent it from Redbox.
Oh yeah. Even though I haven't seen it yet, but yeah.
I don't know. Watch Guardians of the Galaxy because it's a superior movie.
True.
And play Lollipop Chainsaw because that's a fantastic combination of movie director
and apparently watch the interview.
Oh yeah, that's a good movie.
Now on my list.
Go watch all Seth Rogen movies. Legitimately, like, go watch.
True. Watch
Pineapple
all Seth
Express,
Rogen movies and do it while you're baked.
Pineapple
if you
Express,
get baked.
super bad. Get him to the Greek. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I don't know why I'm forgetting Sarah Marshall. That's a John Apatow movie. Or Get Him to the Greek. I don't know why I put that either. The Interview. That's a good one. Oh, This Is the End. That's the one I was thinking of. I'm trying to think of. That's a great one.
Oh, that's a good one. That one's so funny.
Yeah, thank you all for watching. Hopefully we won't take forever next time to do this. This has been SD2 Production, Maurice Star, and Curry-san Curry. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Yo, sir.
Bye.
Don't do drugs.
See you.
Unless you want to look cool.